Guys, let's quickly create one virtual machine. To create, you can just go through the menu on the left, or you can directly start searching. I have virtual machines. Click on it. Go here, click on add. Then select your subscription. By default, if you have multiple subscriptions, they will be listed here. Then you have resource group. Resource group is nothing but a group in which you want to create all the related resources so that you can manage them easily. I'll just create one resource group. Let's say it's my test group. Everything is mine, so not needed to say my test. It's a test group, and then give the name. You may want to give the name as the production application server, production database server, production some utility or mail server or anything. Just give a respective name which is logical. So it's a test server, what I want. Then select a region. In the region, you can select whichever you want to. Few regions do not offer particular services. Few regions do offer some services. Depending upon that, you can choose. Here we'll not discuss which region offers what. We'll just select one default region. Plus the benefit of selecting region is if you are in India, then you can select Indian region so that you get the maximum latency. Then availability options. Currently we will skip the availability options and availability zones because it is a pretty intensive topic which we need to cover properly in some other session, but I'll just create one presentation and will provide this related knowledge. You can select the operating system which you want to say, which you want to install on this virtual machine. 2019 could be the good choice. Then you have few more for Windows. 2019 it's a server edition because you may want to install the server softwares, and the production, if you want to have the production environment, then that will definitely be a the server edition. Then choose a size. This is one important thing to do that needs some little knowledge. You have different sizes of the virtual machines. They are predefined for you. You can select any of them, but make sure that everything is chargeable. So whatever you select, just how much charge you need to pay, you just need to have a watch on it. So I'll just select the most basic one here. I guess it's a B series, B1. That is, here I have the CPU also 1, then RAM is also 1 GB, and disks I can allocate 2 disks to it. And then basic IOPS. IOPS is input output operations per second. And then the temp storage, it is 4 GB. So B1S, and if you see here, by default they give B1S as a standard tier, as a free tier. So I'll just select that one. Later we'll resize this, and then I'll need to put the username and password to log into this account. I would say my name here and some password. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Definitely. Oops. Yeah. Fortunately, I got it correct. Okay. Then you need to select the ports which you want to open. By default, all ports are closed. If you want to host a website on this, then open HTTP and HTTPS because you want to install this SSL certificates also. If you don't want to host any web application, then you don't need to choose both of these ports. You can just have RDP and you are done. SSH is more familiar with Linux, and it's a kind of authentication again. So that we may also cover later. Okay, I have chosen 3 options from this. Okay, this will allow 3 IPs. Yeah, that's for sure. Why did I select this one, 80 and 84? Because HTTP default port is 80 and then HTTPS 443. If you want to host a website, if you don't want to host website, if you want to just use this for the cron jobs or some internal applications which run behind the scenes, then you need not to choose these. Then review, yeah, okay. You can just go through this disk for now, but we will not select any disk as of now. OS disk type, you can select this one. It may ask you for premium, but I will go for standard. I don't need the premium disk type here. So additional disk we don't want to create, will attach disks later. Then there is something called networking. You want to create one virtual network. I already have one created. So virtual network is something uh, to connect your servers within your resource group. You can just create one network through which internally your servers will be connected, so that you don't always need to go through the external network or the internet. Then we will just leave these options for now as they are. Load balancing, these things we'll see in detail in some of the sessions. Then management also, this we can enable. We will enable this management and backups and this stuffs bit later, because in this video we just want to create one virtual machine and we just want to get the essence of it, how quickly you can create. Then some advanced settings, like before this you can use these options for Linux majorly. Tags, it's easy to search your virtual machines if you just apply the tags. Then I click on review plus create. It will just validate my whole request and will tell me whether the I can create virtual machine now or not. Now it is saying, it was just giving me 1 INR per hour, so it is 1 rupee per hour, and it has just given me some basic summary here. I can now click on create. It will take some time to create this virtual machine. Let's wait. Let's go on the connect. Okay, you want to log into this virtual machine? I'll click on the connect, and then this is your public IP address, port number, and it is asking you to download the RDP file. So this is the RDP file I have. I will just click on this. It asks me some credential stuff now. Come on, yeah. I have to put my username, which I used last time, and then my password. Let's see whether my password is correct. Looks like, yeah, it's asking for the for certificate acceptance. I did that, and now it has to come first. Okay, our virtual machine is created, and now what we see is the server manager as usual. I'll just minimize that server manager and I'll just check. Okay, this is a pretty empty desktop given to us, as you see generally when you install the Windows. You will observe that it's pretty slow. Now I have clicked on File Explorer and it is still coming. Okay, it has come. Let's see what are the options, what are the things we saw here. We see here is this is the C colon, and then there is a small disk given to us. We haven't selected any good disk for us, external disk, so by default 126 GB is given to us. It just consumes the Windows installation space, and rest we can use, but it's not suggested to use it because you should add your own data disk. Now what we should do is we should resize this configuration because we want to have better performance machine. Let's minimize the whole. Here we just saw how to connect to our virtual machine. Now just go to the size. what do we see here? Okay, now if you see here, it shows you all the options. What I want is I want at least two CPUs to my machine, and then I want at least 8 GB of RAM so that it will run bit smooth. Okay. Now what I got is, even in the B series I should be having something good. So B, this we have here, it is pretty less IOPS, but that's okay for us. We don't need to host any extensive applications. I would say resize. Yes, now what we see is the message resized your virtual machine. So now if you see that we resized the virtual machine, but the problem happened is that it has stopped our virtual machine. We have to start it back. I'll just go here and we'll start it. It has to start properly. Starting. It's still starting. Okay. How long it's gonna take to start? Let's see. Let's go to here and let's keep refreshing. Whether we see something. If the status changed to starting, it should start quickly now. Okay, now we see started virtual machine. So just refresh this. It is still showing starting here. So looks like it has some status problems with the UI. Let's go to connect. Okay, download this RDP file and let's see whether we are able to connect. Yabby. I'll just give my password. It's trying to log in, it's trying to log in, it's trying to log in. This. And now if you want to see whether the resources are really changed on the virtual machine, okay, just explore the files. A very primitive way that we click under this PC and we go to properties. Yep, 8 GB RAM. So this way we successfully resized our virtual machine. So in this tutorial, in this small video, what we did is we created one virtual machine and then we resized it. And just to have a quick review, we search for the virtual machines, or you can just click here and it shows the list of current virtual machines. We clicked on create, then we gave few configuration options where the desired configurations options which we want for. We clicked on review and create and created a virtual machine. We tried to log in that we saw it was pretty slow because the basic configuration was selected. We resized it and now we have better virtual machine. In the next video, we'll see how to install IIS and just host any simple page on the IIS on your virtual machine, and then we'll keep exploring the further stuffs. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. Take care. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, then please subscribe the channel. Take care.